With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
So in this question, state which one is not the typical property. Okay, whenever these kind of question comes, just underline and make a point that you do not miss the important not or which is a typical property. Okay, so it is asked that state which is not a typical property of an ionic compound. First is they have got high melting point. Second is they conduct electricity in molten and an aqueous solution state. Third is they are insoluble in water, and D is what? They exist as a pair of oppositely charged ions even in solid state. Okay, so let us first understand what are ionic or electrovalent compounds. Ionic or electrovalent compounds are formed by complete transference of electrons. Okay, complete transference of electrons, unlike the covalent compounds in which sharing occurs. Okay, so here complete transference of electron occurs. For example, NaCl, it is formed by Na plus cations and chloride anions. Sodium loses an electron and chloride gains an electron. Okay, so that is why an ionic compound is generated in which these ions are held with each other via strong intermolecular forces of attraction. Electrostatic forces of attraction play a role, and they are, since they are between oppositely charged molecules, so they are quite strong, and as a result of which it has got high melting point. So the property of high melting point, it is correct that they have got high melting point because of strong intermolecular forces of attraction. Okay, so option A is correct. Conducts electricity in molten and in aqueous solution state. Now when they occur in molten or aqueous solution state, then what happens? When they are dissolved in water, they exist as in their ionic forms. Okay, when dissolved in water, they exist in the form of their ions, sodium ions, chloride ions. Okay, so due to this, they are able to conduct electricity in their molten and in aqueous state. In molten also they exist as ion pairs. In aqueous state also they exist in the form of ions. That is why when charged species are ions are nothing but the charged species. When charged species are produced, then they are able to conduct electricity. So conduct electricity in molten and liquid state, this option is correct. Okay, the second option is a property of ionic compound which is conducts electricity in molten and in aqueous state. Okay, molten and aqueous state is important since only then they will be existing in the pair of their ions. So second property holds true for the ionic or electrovalent compound. Now let's move on to third property, which says are insoluble in water. Now only I told that when dissolved in water, they exist in the pair of their ions. Okay, sodium ions and chloride ions. So they are completely dissolvable in their aqueous state. Okay, they are insoluble in water. This property is not true for an ionic compound. So the third property, insoluble in water, this is incorrect. Okay, insoluble in water, this property does not hold for ionic compound. Okay, does not hold for ionic compound. So in question it is also asked which is not a typical property, so it means that C is our right option. Okay, but just before giving the final answer, let's confirm for D as well. D says exist as oppositely charged ions in solid state. Now remember, here it was asked molten and aqueous solution state. When it is in aqueous and molten solution state, then it will be dissolved and in the form of their ions. Okay, in solid state, it exists as a pair of oppositely charged ions only, like this I have shown here, because and here I have shown that they have got strong intermolecular forces of attraction between them, electrostatic forces are playing role between them. So you can say that oppositely charged ions exist in their solid state like this, in sodium ions and in chloride ion forms. Okay, so they exist as oppositely charged ions in their solid state. Option D is also correct. Okay, it holds true for ionic compound, exist in solid as oppositely charged ions. So this is also true. Okay, so what is the correct answer for the following question? Now we got our correct answer, that they are insoluble in water. This is not a typical property of an ionic compound. This does not hold. Since they are soluble in water, they exist in their ionic forms and they are able to conduct electricity in their ionic form when they are dissolved in water. So option C is the correct answer. Okay.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.